It is now 10:39 p.m. on Sunday night. This is the beginning of my week, and I just dropped off somebody at the airport. What timing. I dropped somebody off downtown, and I just passed 3 or 4 taxis that were parked downtown waiting on somebody, and I'm just coming down the road. This guy discreetly puts his hand up in front of me, and that's it. Come right at me, why don't you? This guy discreetly puts his hand up and gets in and says, "We got a long way to go." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, we're going to the airport. I'm going to meet my girlfriend who's going to come in on a plane." So I said, "Okay, cool." I noticed tonight that people are driving badly. Very badly. Just pulling in front of you without looking, whatever. So it's the beginning of my week. I've been busy. I've been going nonstop so far. Been going for 4 hours, and I've got something like 12 trips on already, and one of them was to the airport. I've been going nonstop. I did have a friend who asked me to go get something at the liquor store, and the liquor store closes in 20 minutes, so I got to get to the nearest liquor store and get something for my friend. I'll probably be back at the end of the shift and let you know how it's going. But this is the beginning, so I don't have much to say yet. I just got home. I just counted the money. I had a $400 night. 300 of that 400 I already had by midnight. And so yeah, it was busy. It was nonstop before midnight. And then after midnight, it slowed down a little. It slowed down to the point where it was 1 trip an hour. I had opportunities to watch video, and I had opportunities to go to sleep, which I took advantage of, and all of that worked out really well. So it was a satisfactory night. And you know, for a change, I actually felt good. I didn't feel stressed or rushed or anything. It was just all right. I don't know what happened. Maybe I had a couple of customers that were really agreeable, that made it a pleasure to do the job, or maybe I was just in the right frame of mind. I really couldn't tell you. I don't know. Anyways, 4 nights to go this week. Wish me luck. Busy place this morning. Get me out of here. Time is now 4:22 on a Tuesday morning. I just dropped a lady off who's going to Ottawa to meet with the Prime Minister. And I have an hour and a half left till the end of my shift. In the last half hour or a little more of my shift is going to be washing the car, detailing the interior, depositing some money in the bank, and then I haven't counted the money exactly, so I don't know what I've got on exactly, but it's it's probably almost $300. Just a guess. Around $300. The night started with a note. And the note said, "I was feeling sick, so I didn't reset the odometer and I didn't fuel the cab. Here's $10. That should cover it." Yes, it did. But the gas station that I always go to, the pumps were removed. So I guess they're going through that thing where they have to remove the tanks in the ground and change the pumps. Because there's some kind of law that they have to change the pumps and the tanks every so often. I think it's once every 10 years or so. So I had to go to another gas station, and by the time I got there, it was 7 o'clock by the time I got out of there. And then I waited till about 7:45, and I got a call. And it was kind of far, but I figured, okay, I might as well do it since I'm not doing anything sitting here. So I answer the call, and it says, has a dog. So I give the call back to the system because I'm allergic to dogs. I do not take dogs. For that, I got penalized, and I lost my top position in the zone. And when I was able to come back on, I had second position in the zone. Well, another 40 minutes or so went by, and me and the driver next to me were being sent to a bus stop where the bus had broken down, and the people on the bus it was an express bus to the ferries. So we got a ride to the ferries. It was $65. And then by the time I got back into town, I was working non-stop from around just after 9 until 1 o'clock. Yeah, something like that. Between 9 and 1 o'clock, I did not stop driving. The morning hours, however, were a lot better. It was real quiet between 11 and 3. No, 1 and 4. 1 and 4, yeah. Then I got this call, which was a time call, to bring someone to the airport. She's going to Ottawa to meet the Prime Minister. Yeah, so it goes. 3 more nights to go this week. I was busy enough tonight. It was kind of relaxed at the beginning of my shift. It was kind of easy going. Then it got busy after 9, one right after another, till about 1 o'clock, and then it was quiet again. 1, 2 o'clock, nothing going on. At one point, I got sent on a call. Quite a distance from where I was, or where I had been sleeping. Then, just as I'm arriving, it's canceled. And I go back to my spot. I'm almost at my spot, and it sends me in the opposite direction from the first call. And again, quite a distance. I start to go there. I've gone about 3 blocks, and then I'm canceled again. Then I go to my spot again, and just as I'm pulling into my spot, I'm getting another call to go in the same direction as the first call, but twice as far. Fortunately, from that trip I got away, and she went a reasonable distance. Then I got another call, and another call, and another call. And I tried to get to my spot and tried to relax, but I got another call. And then I got yet another call, which was a time call for 4:45. And now the time is 5:18 after I dropped off at the airport from that call. I was so exhausted that I was being sent to a hotel. And I was sitting there in front of the hotel lobby with my phone in my hand, watching a YouTube video and nodding off to sleep And then there's somebody knocking on my window. It's my customer. Well, these two women went to the airport, and on the way they were talking about, I think they were going to Ottawa or somewhere like that. And on the way with them talking, I nodded off a few times. I nodded off about 6 or 7 times. And every time I would just catch myself and wake up. Realize where I was and wake up. And then I'd get comfortable again and sort of doze off again. And repeat as necessary. And I never once left my lane. I was always in the lane. I was always between the lines. Drifting off and waking up, and drifting off and waking up. So I'm quite totally exhausted. Totally exhausted. Oh yeah, well, this is what it looks like in the daylight, friends. I got $350 on. I don't need to do any more. I'm going to run straight to the bank, make a deposit, go to the gas station, fuel up, and go park it. The sign there says no handheld devices. I guess I'm going to put this thing away. The time is now 6:04 in the morning. It was a slow night. For some reason, I woke up to my alarm, and upon waking to my alarm, I turned on the oven. And I prepared everything that was going into the oven, and I let it preheat. I set the timer to wake me up in half an hour. Or not to wake me up, but I set the timer that in half an hour the oven would be preheated. I have a slow oven. Or did I set the timer? Because I proceeded to go back into bed to read the book I'm reading. And I woke up, about an hour later, or more than an hour later. And noticed that I guess, did the bell go off? I suppose it did. I don't remember. Anyway, whatever. It was an hour and a bit later than it was supposed to be. So I went and prepared my dinner as usual and ate my dinner, had a shower, the whole bit. Finally got out to work by 8 o'clock. Then I had a fare. And then I went to run an errand. And the whole night was pretty slow. I guess it was around 11 o'clock where I got a call to one of the malls. And I picked up there, and it was these 2 women, I guess a mother and a daughter, and a little baby. And 3 child seats. Apparently they couldn't get their car going. They were heading all the way out to Souk. That was like $83. Then I came back into town and fell asleep multiple times. I had a trip, I'd fall asleep. I'd had a trip, I'd fall asleep. Had a trip, fall asleep. And I was taking one grocery guy to work, and I was nodding off while driving him to work. Fortunately, I caught myself again, and you know, I'd catch myself and wake up just in time, and didn't deviate from my lane or anything. Then I was exhausted. I went to my usual spot, reclined the seat, fell asleep. And I slept for another hour. And then it was 20 minutes to 6. And I got sent to the Accent Inn, the hotel close to the place where I sit. This guy comes out, he's wearing a pair of jeans, a wife beater, and not much else, and he has a little tiny bag with him. This guy was looked like a vagrant, but he says he's going to the airport. He wasn't a big guy he was a slim guy with a wife beater, if that makes any sense. Anyways, he was on his way to the airport, and so I just dropped him off. I have a grand total of $310 on, and that's thanks to the long trip to Souk and thanks to the trip to the airport. Otherwise, my night would have been very not good. So when I got to work, I was 2 hours later than the beginning of my shift, and now I'm just past the end of my shift. Gonna head back into town. Gonna wash it, detail the interior, fuel it, and park it, and it will be ready for the owner. He usually starts late anyway, so it's gonna work out all right. No time limits on this one. Okay, well, one more night to go this week. Hopefully I get some sleep today, so I'll be good for tonight. This Thursday night, I was busy with a lot of short trips, and much of the time it was one right after another. It didn't really slow down all night. Not much anyway. I think there was one time where I did go to sleep for about an hour, but the rest of it was pretty much going. And it was just a long, hard slog of short trips. So you don't go very far, you don't make a lot of money, but then you get sent a long distance to get the next one. You know, I've been complaining about this for a while now. So I only did about $350, and I'm glad the week is done. I'm just tired, very tired. And so I'm going home. I'm gonna relax, have something to eat, have a couple glasses of whiskey, relax, go to sleep. Oh yeah, I gotta talk to my mother, gotta call my mother. Yeah, I hope yours is better than mine.